Selling digital products is one of the fastest ways to start making an automated income online when you follow a specific sales strategy. So let's jumpstart your sales strategy. Timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our online course playbook that has lots of different digital product ideas and a simple strategy to use this as a springboard to, of course, selling some larger, higher ticket digital offers. Now, we'll kick things off by going through the simple sales model you should be using for selling any type of digital product. And this is what most digital product creators do instead of relying on sites like Etsy or Creative Market to make all their sales for them. So this is what the entire process looks like, and we'll break it down so by the end of this guide, it's going to be super simple and you'll have a free software to do most of the work for you, right? We still have to make the product, but at least when it comes to the tech stuff, that's been handled. So speaking of tech stuff, the first step in this entire process is, of course, going to be a simple web page to sell whatever it is that you're offering. We'll get to all the ideas in a moment, and you can use a free software called Systemi.io to set all that up. We'll go through the tech stuff later. So when someone purchases, they can either purchase a template, some sort of asset collection or media library from you. Then, of course, we could also offer them a script or an ebook. There are lots of other types as well, but these are just generally the ones to start with. Really just the first three. I know a lot of people like the idea of selling an ebook, and well, ebooks take a really long time to make, so it's not really one of my favorites to start with. But because you're selling on your own site, you can use a sales strategy called upsells. Now, you've probably been upsold or cross-sold to before if you've ever gone to a fast food restaurant and they just ask, hey, do you want fries with that, or do you want this to be supersized, or whatever they call it now, because I guess that documentary made it sound terrible, but I always get extra fries anyway. So point aside, what we can do with some simple software is offer them one of our other digital products. So this is layer number, let's say 2, right? So first we sell one product and then we say, hey, if you like this template, script, ebook, then you're probably going to like this other template, script, or ebook. And so instead of just selling one front-end offer, now we're selling a front-end offer and we're offering one of our other digital products immediately after they've purchased. Technology allows you to have the shopping cart open. They don't have to enter their credit card information again. And it's just one click. And now you've gone from an average transaction value of maybe $5 to $10 all the way up to $10 to $20. This is really important for making significant income with digital products. You have to sell more than just one offer at a time. And speaking of selling one offer at a time, then once you've had this, let's say layer 2, then the third layer here is going to, I'm talking over myself, is going to be a bundle. So you can take all of the digital products you've created thus far and say, hey, you can get all of these at this crazy deep discount, right? And so you're making 3 offers. The one that they actually purchased, then you offer them some sort of upsell or cross-sell in terms of another product. And then number 3, you're saying, hey, why don't you just buy everything, right? Now, is everyone going to take you up on these? No, of course not. The numbers are going to be quite low. But if you're not making these additional offers, you're literally leaving money on the table, because there are people out there who buy your first product and like, I just want everything now, right? And here's the really cool part about bundles. We'll get into all the tools and the technology in a moment. But when it comes to the bundles, it doesn't just have to be products you've already created. You can, in your little sales letter or sales video, say, hey, you get all these products that we already have, and we're working on this, this, and that, and you're gonna get those too as soon as they launch. And so now you can start making sales before you've even made the product. And no, I'm not saying you scam people and never make the product, right? There's always that one person in the comments,
oh my gosh, you're scamming people. What's wrong with you? This is why all internet marketers suck.
Like, you only have so much time in the day, and it's so much more fun to make a digital product when you have people actually waiting for it and you've already been paid, as opposed to typing away and like, I don't know if anyone's going to buy this or not. It's not a great feeling, right? And so speaking of what could those other products be in your bundle that you haven't made yet, this can be some sort of tracker. It could also be a planner or organizer. And of course, it could be a calculator. Now, these are going to be spreadsheet based. I know everybody hates spreadsheets, right? But even if you wind up hiring someone to help you build them, they have a much higher perceived value, and they're going to, of course, sell for a lot more. And you've already sold them in a bundle. So you have some income to either go hire someone or just that little extra motivation you needed to just spend a few hours in Google Sheets or Excel to build a tool for other people. So speaking of tools and all of these different templates and trackers and ebooks, what do these actually look like and how do we actually go about creating them, right? So this is the system to actually sell them. So let's talk about which one should you start with, and then we'll go through a really simple process to find which one you're uniquely positioned to actually create. So if you're not quite sure what your niche or industry is, we'll go through that in a moment. But first, let's talk about product design. So first up, we have templates, and these are my favorite because we are eliminating blank page syndrome. No one likes staring at a blank page or wondering, how on earth am I going to get this done, right? And so all a template does is walk someone through your process to achieve a specific result. And here's an example of one of our best selling and performing templates right now. You can see it is just a basic Google Doc, and it walks someone through the process of setting up their own sales funnel to sell digital products or sell an online course. And so in here, we have a lot of questions to help someone figure out what on earth they should do for their headline and their bullet points. And then we go through each step of the sales process, helping them come up with what on earth to put on the web page, how should the web page be formatted, what should we do in terms of offers, and then how do I actually write this sales video. And so you can see it's about 42 pages long, and I'm still scrolling and still going. You don't have to start with 42 pages. The original version was just 7. We just added to it over time. And this is just a basic Google Doc. It sells for about $5 to $10 depending upon what it's been bundled with. And it just helps someone go through the process of putting together their sales funnel. And so when it comes to templates, we're just helping someone along the way so they don't have to stare at a blank page figuring out where on earth do I start or what the heck do I do next. Now, when it comes to other types of templates, these doesn't necessarily have to be a Google Doc or PDF. So if you are a creative, right, you could offer something like Canva templates, you could offer video editing templates for whatever video editing software you like to use, or of course, Photoshop and Lightroom templates are super popular for people over on Instagram because everybody just wants to copy the filters, right? Playing with filters, personally, I don't like playing with filters. I will just scroll through Instagram, find someone and be like, okay, I'll just buy yours to make my pictures like 25% as good as yours, right? And if you really want to go above and beyond for your future customers, you can take these different types of file format templates one step further and create some sort of asset collection or asset kit. And so this could be a collection of web pages. This could be a collection of media that they can literally just use right out of the gate. Of course, you do need to make sure you have all the licensing lined up, right? Don't just download something from Google and then turn around and sell it. That's going to get you in a lot of trouble. And so what you're doing here is essentially doing as much of the work as you can for your ideal customer. And if you want some ideas of what could media kits look like or a bunch of asset templates look like, go ahead and check out Creative Market. Just type in whatever your niche or industry is, and there will be lots of different examples. Like just start with Media Kit and you'll be well on your way to finding things that you can of course create. And obviously you can't just buy something on Creative Market and then turn around and sell it on your own site. So do make sure that you actually create stuff. Please don't copy. Not condoning that at all. Now, next we have scripts, right? Because everyone from doing a job interview, having to give a speech, sit down with a client, even relationships like first dates, it's been quite a while since I had to do one of those, but we all have awkward conversations, right? Awkward interactions with all those other people on this planet. And so offering some sort of script can help someone through those tough conversations. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be as big as or grandiose as, oh my gosh, I have to give a speech, at work, or I have to present something to my boss, or I'm trying to get this job I really want. It could be as simple as I'm calling my credit card company to negotiate a higher, balance, right? And so there are actual templates out there to help people pick up the phone, call their credit card company and say, hey, raise my credit limit, right? Because I'm trying to build my credit score. As an example, our marketing agency offers a YouTube ad formula. So this again is a basic Word doc, and it just walks someone through the process of what on earth to say and put in their ad, right? And of course, there's actually a little bit of video training too. So this is cheating a little bit, but it's the closest example I had personally to a script. Now, this next one on the list, of course, is going to be an ebook. This is pretty self-explanatory. I'm really not a huge fan of starting off your digital product journey with ebooks because they just take so much time to write. They're really time consuming. And you're probably better off making 3 or 4 other digital offers in the same amount of time it would have taken you to actually create that ebook. But of course, the advantage is you can actually charge a lot more for ebooks. As an example, this is Tim Smoyer's site from Video Creators, and he sells this ebook on growing a YouTube channel for over $100. And given all of his, previous advice that I've seen on his channel, and of course, his experience working with YouTubers, it's probably definitely worth it. So ebooks are one of those things that you can charge a lot for. Don't just think Kindle prices, because you're giving so much valuable information. It just takes a really long time to put together. And when you're just getting started, that time's better spent on just creating more offers to test your market. So speaking of more offers, let's talk about spreadsheets. Now, before I get all the hate comments of,
I hate spreadsheets, nobody wants to buy those.
we do amazingly well with a lot of spreadsheets and specifically Google Sheets. And as a recovering Excel nerd, I just really like spreadsheets. So bear with me for the next 90 seconds and hopefully you get an awesome idea or just a subpar one at best. Or you can, in the comments, let me know that I should stop trying to get people to build spreadsheets as digital products. So this first one is not from me. There we go. And this is created by Jeremy Ether over at Built with Science. He has a big YouTube channel all about fitness. And so purchased his program a while back and entered in my weight at the time. Then it let me know what my calories and macros should be. And then, of course, gave me an easy way to go ahead and start tracking my progress or lack thereof, right? So what's really cool about this particular example, he actually talks about going and getting someone to help build this with him. And so you don't have to be the expert in Excel or Google Sheets. There are plenty of really talented people out there who can easily build you one. So this next one's going to be a planner or / organizer. So this is an example of a version of our content manager. And so all this does is it allows people to come up with whatever their content plan is going to be for the week. So as an example, if someone is going to be posting a short, then they can go ahead and put their content code and then start typing in their title, their thumbnail, description, and then there's even some drop-down menus for staying organized with all the information that goes into posting a piece of content or a YouTube video. And so this is just a really basic example of what you can come up with. Like most niches and industries out there, you have to come up with some sort of plan, right? And most plans are based upon a timeline. So what can you do in terms of a calendar? And then of course, we also have a organizer in here as well that helps someone go through the process of collecting and storing all the information they need to actually post a YouTube video. And so this one is a little overboard. So definitely just start with the calendar. You can always expand and improve your tools in the future. So this final one I'll go through real quick is a calculator. So as an example, we have this sales funnel architect. It goes through helping people figure out what their costs and incomes are going to be based upon advertising and of course, what they think their conversion rates are going to be for their sales funnels. Now, with all of these different offers, of course, we want to make sure that we make it really easy so that someone just inputs their information and then the sheet does all the stuff that they don't actually want to do. So hopefully you have at least one idea after this. If you don't have one idea, then I totally wasted 3 hours last night coming up with all these different examples, and you can comment below and let me know how I've completely failed you. Otherwise, let's go through a simple process for figuring out where you are uniquely positioned to create a digital product or a digital offer. So if you already know your niche or industry, here's the time stamp to skip this section. Otherwise, we'll go through a really simple process to figure out what on earth should you be making and what specific subject should you be focused on. And so of course, this all starts with your skills. So just start by making a list of the different skills you have. And once you've made that quick list of skills, go ahead and give it a quick description. And then the next column, you're going to list out the results, right? So we want to talk about what did we accomplish as a result of these skills. So it's not just enough to say, in this particular example, bookkeeping, hey, I was an accounting major, so I know all of these different accounting things. Like, well, did that allow me to accomplish anything? other than not going broke and doing my own books, which is a total drain on my energy every other month, then no, not really, right? Versus marketing or video editing, even though I didn't go to college for either one of those two skills actually allowed me to create this channel and of course keep some clients happy and other clients not so much, right? So there's ups and downs with everything. So just focus on the positive. Or with my cooking, I get marriage points, right? I probably can't turn around and sell that or monetize that in any way, but at least it makes my life a little bit easier. So we'll start with the next column, roadblocks, by choosing just 3. So to speed things up here, we talk about what made it hard to achieve those results. Because if you've experienced challenges, then other people are going to experience those same challenges or similar ones. And then we want to think about, okay, how did our life actually change as a result of achieving those results? So this is a little more nebulous and personal, so I won't go through this too much. You can see here for financial analysis, I was able to pay for almost all of my college. Video editing, I got more sleep. That was a pretty big deal and milestone with this channel, getting more sleep. Of course, then I just turned around and finally was able to hire a video editor, and now I get a full night's sleep. But then for marketing, it allowed me to actually go eventually full-time in my business. And then we want to start thinking in terms of product, right? So what are the different mechanisms that allowed us to overcome those roadblocks, achieve those results, so we could enjoy those big life changes? And then this is going to be where you start thinking of, where could I create a tracker, organizer, planner, ebook, script, template, around to help someone overcome those challenges that you faced or achieve those results that you've achieved. And when we go through the end of the customer journey, we're not trying to get everything under the sun done here. Just think about those specific challenges and roadblocks you had along that journey and how you can create a little digital product around that issue so you can help other people break through that roadblock faster. And so this is great if you're still not quite sure what on earth should I be doing or what should my niche or industry be. I'll leave a link in the description to our online course playbook that walks you through step by step this process so you are super clear on exactly what niche and what type of product you should create. Now, speaking of creation, let's talk about how we actually put this product together. So before we get into any technology, just take out a pen and paper, and this is what I like to do. I have one Moleskine notebook that I paid way too much money for, and I map out everything that's going to be in this particular product. So this is actually what one of our Excel sheets looked like before I actually jumped into Google Sheets. And the reason that I recommend writing it out and just designing it is because you don't want technology to get in the way of your creative process, right? Especially if you are using any new technology to you, right? So when it comes to making digital products, I recommend using Google Docs, Canva, and then Google Sheets. That's pretty much all I use, and all of the graphics that you've seen in this particular guide and any video that I do are made in Google Slides, right? So we don't need really fancy software. So when it comes to the creation, it's the content and the process that you've created and the tools that you've made that really matter. So go ahead, old school pen and paper, map it all out, and then worry about how it's going to look inside of whatever tool you wind up using. And so as an example, this is our sales funnel organizer. You'll see here that we start at the top with a clear headline. We have a little quick description of whatever it is they're about to work on. We have some links to resources. This is great for affiliate marketing as well. And then there's just a simple table showing people that, hey, when you sell product 1, you need to set up this tag and that tag. And so this helps someone map out to make sure that when someone purchases a product, they don't keep getting sales emails about what they just purchased, which is ironic because I literally just had an email yesterday of someone saying, hey, I bought this product. Why are you offering me the same discount I just took you up on? So had to fix that, right? We all make mistakes. And so this is what most of our digital products look like. Now, when it comes to how do you actually share and deliver this, we'll go through Systemi.io and how you can set that up easily. But what we like to do is use Google Drive. So all you need to do is set up a drive that you're going to put all of your public files in. So as an example, if I click back out here, you'll see that some people on my team have access to it. And then we just have a folder for each one of our digital offers, free and paid. And so jumping back into our funnel organizer here, all you have to do is right click, then click on Get Link, and you can set it to share publicly. So if I click Get Link, you can see that at the bottom I've set anyone with a link can access. So I copy that link, and that's the link that we put either in a membership site, similar to this one that we're about to go through, or it's the link that we put in an email that we send to people to download it directly. And so that's all there is to it, to creating. Realize we didn't like go step by step because I'm not quite sure which product you're going to make, but those are the tools, and then this is how you actually deliver them. So you definitely don't have to overthink it. And for the first couple months that we were selling this particular offer, we just had this email. So this email that you're looking at, it would go out, people would click the link, and then they'd be taken directly to this document where they could make a copy for themselves. So you really don't have to overthink this process too much. And I know there's almost always those comments and questions like, well, if this link is public, then someone could share it on Facebook or they could download it and give it to everybody. And look, the general rule of thumb, if it's online, someone's gonna steal it, right? There are so many different systems out there that you could try to stop people from taking your stuff. But at the end of the day, that energy is much better spent on focusing on those people who genuinely appreciate the templates, scripts, trackers, organizers, calculators that you create for them and making more awesome products for them, as opposed to worrying about those one or two people who are trying to steal from you. Because spoiler alert, thieves are out there and they're going to steal your stuff no matter how hard you try not to have your digital products stolen. It's just one of the downsides of selling digital products, right? So here's a quick little chart of how many sales you would need to make at different price points in order to hit about $1,000 a month. And so, of course, you can pause, you can see what the different conversion rates are. As you can see, it's a lot easier to sell less of a higher price product than sell more of a lower price one. But the awesome thing is, as an example, let's say your template Google Doc is $4.95, because you're using the model of upsells and offering a bundle at the end, every person who purchases that $495 offer is an opportunity to sell your higher price calculator or sell your mini course or product bundle, right? So just keep in mind that a lot of what you do with digital products, we're selling these lower price ones to get people in the door, to collect that credit card information and then say, hey, we have these other awesome things. And that's where a majority of your income ultimately is going to come from, selling those higher priced items after someone has gotten in the door with one of those lower priced ones. Now, let's go through the platform setup, right? Because we've talked a lot about someone buys and then they immediately buy something else and then we offer them a big bundle. How does this all work from a tech standpoint? Well, the good news is setting up a simple membership site like this one is super easy using something called Systemi.io. So I'll leave a link in the cards in the description to a super deep dive guide. It's like 2 hours long, but it will walk you through everything you need to know. Plus, linked up in the description is all of these templates for free, so you can easily get started. So the first thing we have is our sales page. So I'll go ahead and click on preview here. So this is what our sales pages look like. Of course, there's a video auto playing. Please stop. There we go. And you'll see we have a little countdown timer, a simple headline, a quick demo video. If you want, the video is totally optional. You can just put a picture of whatever it is that you're offering. Most of our digital products just have a picture. And then, of course, a couple bullet points and a way to actually collect the payment information via PayPal or Stripe. And so once someone fills this out, they pay $5, $10 for whatever the template or script or organizer is. Then we immediately make another offer to them. And so what this software does is it collects that payment information, and before it completes the transaction, it gives them an opportunity to purchase something else. So this is what the page will look like. Again, link in the cards in the description to how to set all this up, as well as just copy the exact templates you're looking at here. Just drop in your own words and you're good to go. And so what you can see is we say, wait, your order's not complete. We have a little picture of whatever it is that we're offering and a couple bullet points, and they can say, yes, I want it, or no, I don't. Now, what's really cool is we've already collected their credit card information. So when they click this, it automatically adds that to whatever their transaction balance is. And then, of course, using Systemi.io, you can create a simple membership site to deliver whatever your digital products are. So if I jump back out here, you can see we have a couple set up here. And so it's really easy to put together, no coding required, and all the templates will be linked in the description for free. Now, if you're still watching, go ahead and hit that like button. I'm a terrible YouTuber because I waited so long to ask you to do that. But now let's talk about how do you actually start scaling and where does your business go from here? Because you've done a tremendous amount of work. Hopefully you have a couple of ideas, but what's the next step? And this is going to be where you start thinking about your specific customer journey and beginning to create some higher price digital offers using what you've just made as a springboard to actually continue to provide value to the customers you already have, because your best source of customers are your current ones. So instead of creating 20 more digital offers, let's talk about what you're going to do next. So let's back up for a moment before anyone purchases from you, right? So let's say we have our ideal customer or client and he's called Tom, right? So Tom is on the journey of building his own business, right? And so what does he do? He does what most of us do. We go over to YouTube University, how to make money online, how to start a business, how to start an agency, whatever it is that he's looking for, right? And eventually he figures out maybe he wants to start a blog about running, because I used to be a runner, so we'll do running, right? And so going through that process, he hits a little snag, right? He's trying to set up his blog or set up his first digital product, and he needs a little bit of help. So he goes and gets a free little tool or free little audit to help him get started with setting up his website, right? And then, of course, he hits another roadblock. And this time he's like, you know what? I've been taking way too long to set up this website. WordPress doesn't make any sense. Why don't I just grab a WordPress template or grab a quick template that will tell me what the heck to write for my homepage, right? So he buys a template from us, right? And then he keeps going, building his website. He hits some other snags. And then because he got the template and hopefully he liked it, then he checks out our scripts, our calculators, and of course our ebooks or trackers. And as he's going along this journey, he's probably spent a couple $100 on little products here and there. And then finally, he hits a real big snag, right? There's a big problem with the site, or he's like, I really don't know how to get this next step going. And so when we hit this big roadblock, then we can offer something like a workshop or course. So this is going to be $100 to $300, even $500. Now, the key through this process is it's really easy to jump and say, oh, wait, I can make $500 over there? Let me just make this course real quick. But we don't want to do that because we want to make sure that whatever our course idea is will actually sell. And so what we've done is we've created these templates, calculator scripts, and trackers, these little offers, and validated that people actually want to purchase products like this from us. Because just because you see someone else selling a course on a particular topic doesn't mean your course on the same topic is going to sell like this the same. Everyone is different, and every market and niche has different people in them. And because we've already made some sales and we've validated that people are actually interested in learning this specifically from us, the way we like to do things, we can confidently make this workshop because we're already making sales and we already have a customer list. And then, of course, it moves on to creating bigger membership websites, newsletters, Ask Me Anything. I'll leave a link in the description to a playlist that goes through lots of different examples of other digital offers that you can create. But this is ultimately the customer journey and customer growth cycle that you're going to want to learn about for your own business. And it all starts with that simple front-end offer to making sure it sells. Because spoiler alert, you're gonna make some offers that nobody ultimately wants, right? So as an example, that sales funnel architect I showed you earlier, sales are abysmal for it, right? But this organizer that I spent half the time making sells 3 to 5 times as much, right? And so you just don't know until you put it out on the market and people actually have to whip out their credit card and put their money where their mouth is. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you have a clearer picture of this entire process of what it looks like, how many products you should make, doing upsells, downsells, and of course the tools to actually create and deliver your offers. So hit that like button, subscribe for more guides just like this one, and some that are a whole lot shorter and less confusing. And until then, keep building the business you love.